Hello there guys, it's Bubukaun here, back in our video, and today I'm going to do What If Deku with Asta's Power Part 5. Hope you enjoy it. So last part, Kaminari started training with Deku for 2 weeks before the sport festival. During these 2 weeks, he learned how to use or control a bit of electricity a bit better with the help of Bakugo. And Deku can hold his Demon Destroyer sword without destroying his arm. And I think this is the summary. Let's begin this part. Each day of US Sport Festival, everybody get ready. That midnight tell them about the obstacle course. Everybody get ready, then they begin running. And like in the anime, Todoroki frees the hallway. Everybody got stuck in their place except for the one who can move in the air, and Deku got stuck with the one they cannot fly. So he struggled a bit but quickly found a way to get off the ice. So that means that Todoroki was hugging the lead until the ravine. They have to jump from platform to platform. He struggled a bit because he don't have super strength. So Baku caught up to him and fly past him. And with Deku's superhuman strength, he decided to take a shortcut and jump from platform to platform, so he's just behind Todoroki, and he quickly caught up to him. Todoroki tried to freeze him. Deku just used his sword and cancelled his quirk. Then it became a fight back and forth between Deku and Todoroki for who is going to get second place, and Baku just flying away from them. Deku see him, then they arrive at the minefield. Todoroki tries slowly to he stay away from the mines, but Deku on the other hand focused all his strength on his feet and jumped across the whole minefield. It seems he was almost like flying. He caught up to Bakugo, then Todoroki used his eyes to catch up to Deku. Three of them start running, and you guys know who is going to win. Deku win the first place, then Bakugo, then Todoroki. And for me, just skip a bit. The team stayed the same, but this time Deku is defeated, literally. If someone gets close to them, he will tell Oraka to make them float, and with his superhuman strength, they start moving around the field. Baku tries to catch up to him, but with their superior mobility, they win. Or basically they don't win, they just stay in first place. So now let's go to 1v1 battles. It's Deku vs Shinso. Shinso starts insulting Deku and his friend, and with his big mouth, Deku spoke, and Shinso used his quirk on him, telling him to walk outside the ring. And Deku is fighting everything he's got to break free of his mind control. Then he gathered enough strength to lift his Demon Slayer sword, and he hit his head with the hilt, breaking free from Shinso's mind control. Deku turned around, and Shinso is surprised to see Deku break free from his mind control. He assaulted him again, but Deku shut his mouth and jumped towards Shinso, punched him to his face, sending him flying outside the ring. Then Deku talked to Shinso about how his quirk is amazing. Shinso tried to deny it, then Deku tell him look at the audience. He see the pros talking good about him, about his quirk is unique and very useful when doing with hostages. Shinso laughed with a smile on his face. So now let's go to the match between Kaminari and that girl from class 1B. Because of his training, Kaminari win the match between strategy and his raw control powers, because he didn't become stupid from the first shot. But sadly he lost against Ida, because he is no match for him in speed. He did try to put up a fight, but Ida is way faster than him. Then the rest of the match stayed the same, and now let's go to semi-finals between Deku and Todoroki. Before Deku can get inside the arena, he meet Endeavor. Endeavor tell him to make his son use his flames. Deku just gave him one of his powerful speeches, tell him to just mind his own business and his son can do whatever he wants with his power, and he's not a weapon. Then Deku go to the arena, he meet Todoroki, and they start fighting. Todoroki want to end this quick. He used his big ice barrage at Deku. Deku destroyed them with his Demon Slayer sword, and he tried to make Todoroki use his fire. After a couple of minutes they're arguing, Todoroki tell him, why are you telling me to use my fire? Did my father tell you? Deku tell him, no. All of us here are fighting everything we got, so it's not fair for only you just use half of your power and declare yourself as hero, because hero don't never hold back, so come at me everything you got. Then he tell him this is your power, not his. Todoroki got his flashback of this his mother. He exploded with fire. He used his eyes to freeze the whole area to make Deku jump. Then he fired his fire at Deku. Deku smiled, he grabbed his demon dweller sword and absorbed the fire. Everyone is in shock, even Todoroki tell him, wow. Deku with a smile on his face tell him, do you really think I was just standing by and doing nothing the whole time we have to prepare to sport festival? I was training non-stop to master my power, so don't you think it will be easy picking for you? Then Deku fired a flame slash from his sword, making Todoroki jump backwards, and the shock for impact almost sent him flying outside the ring, but he cut himself with his ice. Then Deku fall down, then Todoroki smiled. Deku tell him, why are you smiling? But before he can finish his sentence, he was surrounded by ice, freezing him in place. Deku tell him, what? How? Todoroki tell him, when I freeze the whole arena, you didn't see that I just create a new ice, just on top the old one. And it is slowly corrupt to you, and now look at you, stuck in your place. So it seems all your talk about being a hero is nothing, huh? But thank you. Then Midnight asked Deku, can you move? Deku tell her, I'm not done yet. Then he tried to break free. Todoroki tell him, just no use, you cannot break free from my ice. And the ice starts shattering, and before Todoroki can do anything, Deku break the ice and punch him square in the face, almost knocking him out of the ring. Todoroki get up and use his flame once again on Deku. Deku just used his demon dweller sword to absorb it and fire it back. Then Todoroki have only two options. Dodge it, and it was very hard to do, or block it with the ice and risking making himself blown away. He used the latter option to dodge it, and the second he do, Deku jumped toward him, punching him again. But Todoroki was prepared for that. He created a wall of ice in front of him, but the wall of ice did almost nothing. Deku just punched through it, hitting Todoroki in his stomach. Then President tell everybody, whoa, this kid is super strong. So this kid have two quirks, right? Aizawa tell him, no, he only have one quirk. These swords are his quirk. They can cancel anything they can touch, any quirk they can touch. Then President tell him, but the way he jump and fight, it's almost superhuman. How? Aizawa tell him, this kid is just crazy strong physically. I don't know how much train he do, but every kick, jump and everything around it that we see in this festival is only his raw physical power. Everyone is in shock. They never knew that even without a powerful power-up quirk, you can become physically strong. So let's go back to Deku and Todoroki. After a minute with their fighting, Todoroki just gave up. He cannot keep using his fire and ice at the same time, because it's the first time he used it for a long while and he don't have any experience using them. So he exhausts himself very quickly. On the other hand, Deku is just hardly breaking a sweat. Then Todoroki tell him sorry and thank you for everything. Deku smiled and him no problem. And now it's final between Deku and Bakugo. Both of them get ready, then they start fighting. Baku know if he use his long range attack against Deku, Deku just going to absorb it with his sword. And if he get too close to him, Deku is master in hand-to-hand combat, so he's really in a bad spot. But with his attitude, he just jump forward and start charging Deku full force. Deku is dodging every attack that Baku throw at him. Then he does some martial art moves to keep him at bay. And when you think of it, it's almost an equal match. Deku have his sword and his martial art moves, and Baku have his explosion and his fast movement in the air. So basically it's a match. If Baku can beat Deku before he got tired, he can win. But if the fight prolonged, Deku have much more stamina than Bakugo, so he will win in the end. And that's exactly what happened. Baku didn't find any opening in Deku's defense, so he can't do any attacks that are going to give him the win. And Deku is having a hard time catching up to Baku's movement in the air. After a while, Baku got exhausted. Deku took opportunity and hit him with his Demon Slayer sword, almost like you do in baseball. Baku sent flying outside of the arena. Sorry about that, guys, but just imagine Baku getting hit like... Okay, enough of that. After that, Deku was declared the winner, and this time Baku is not angry, he's fairly content because he fight with everything he's got, but he's still weaker than Deku. Sure, he's livid, but not as much as in the original counterpart in the anime. After that, All Might show up, he gives the medals, he congrats Deku about his power. He's a bit upset that Deku didn't get one for all, but with his anti-quirk, it will not work. Nonetheless, he's proud of him. Then the class surround Deku, congratulate him on the win. Then Deku can see Ida is on his phone and walking away with a upset face. Deku tried to get closer, and with his superhuman hearing, he can hear the phone call between Ida and his father or mother, I believe, in the phone. He heard that Ingenium got attacked by some villains. Then Deku starts walking away slowly because he don't want to see Ida that Deku is that he is eavesdropping on him. Then everybody was given 2 days to rest, so let's say time skip 2 days. Deku is on his way to school, then he was surrounded by some of his fans demanding autograph and some pictures. Deku is happy and shy for a bit, but he did manage to arrive at school in time. Then he go to class, Aizawa show up, he tell them about the hero names and they get offer from pro heroes to train with them to get some experience. Then he showed the numbers and the first place is Deku, then Bakugo, then Todoroki and the rest of the class. Everyone is not surprised. And the reason why Bakugo got second place in the demands, because in this what if he didn't explode and got handcuffed who gave him the metal. So in their eyes he's just a powerful kid that have a lot of potential in him. But let's say he still go to best GS and he regret it. Deku in Underhead got a bunch of them. He scrolled down, then he see Ida or Ida's battle agency. He immediately signed up there just if his friend is going to do something reckless or something. And for simplicity's sake, let's say Deku's hero name is Deku. So now let's say time skip Abadi going to the train. Ida was surprised to see Deku with him. He asked him where he's going. Deku tell him he's going with him to his battle agency. Ida make a fake smile and tell him good. But Deku can see right through him. So both them go to Ingenium agency. They do the tour, and in the second day, Deku stay to fight the new moves because he have anti-quirk or a cancelling quirk. Sure, there are some new moves that are physically strong, but with Deku's swords, they're easy picking. After a couple of minutes, they are on the ground. Deku runs off and tell him he's going to look for Ida, maybe he's in trouble. Then Deku decides to take a shortcut. He jumps from wall to wall like his original counterpart in anime do with full cowling, and go to the roof of the building and start looking for Stain. Sure, this Deku is not as smart as his original counterpart, but he's quite smart. Figure that Stain love to attack in alleyways. There is no people around, so he starts searching. After a minute he finds them and he sees Stain almost going to kill Ida. But before he can touch him, Deku jumps with everything he's got towards Stain, punch him to his face, sending him flying. And for me, just to make you sure that you remember, guys, this Deku have a power equal to 20% of One for All, so he's quite strong. Then Deku start talking to Stain and both to exchange their ideologies. Then Deku draw his sword and start fighting Stain. During the fight, Stain was impressed by Deku's skill. He tell him, you have the potential to be a great hero, but these people don't have it. When they break the clash, Deku asks Ida if he can walk. Ida tell him no, somehow after he cut me I cannot move anymore. Maybe it's his quirk. Deku thank him, but the second he looked at Stain, Stain threw a knife at Deku. Deku dodged it, but he got a scratch on his cheek. Stain jumped to grab the knife and licked Deku's blood. Deku immediately fell to his knees. He can't move anymore. Then Deku tell to himself, so his quirk let him immobilize someone if he lick his blood. Then Stain walked to Ida to finish him off, but before he can do anything, Todoroki show up and fire a fireball at Stain. Yes, Deku did call for help, that's why he was distracted. After that, Todoroki start arguing with Ida. Ida tell him this is my fight, so get out of here. Then Todoroki tell him if this is his fight, so get up and fight. Then Deku can move. He immediately draw his Demon Destroyer sword and charge towards Stain and start clashing with him with Todoroki's help. After that, once again, Stain did manage to cut Deku and lick his blood. After Deku got cut, he yelled, Demon Destroyer Sword, Causality Break. Then Deku's sword starts sucking Stain quirk from the people that he infected, mainly Ida and the Pro and him. Stain is shocked. He tells his kid, do you have a cancelling quirk, kid? Deku nodded him, yep, and you lose. Ida get up. He used his I cannot pronounce his name. His boost. Ida used his boost. And with Stain cut off guard, Ida kicked him straight to his face, sending him flying. Then Deku finished him off with his sword. Not killing him, just knocking him out. They tie him up. Then the pros show up. They call for the cops. Then the weak Nomu appear. And same happened. Stain kill him and tell them about his ideology. Then he fainted. The only exception in this what if, there is no Gran Torino, at least not yet. And I think I'm going to stop it right here. Hope you enjoyed. If you do, drop a like and tell me what you think of it in the comment section. And if you're not right here, consider subscribe and peace.